Two guys from two worlds. This is the Flip Side. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel. Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Flip Side with Jay and Noel, featuring Celeste. Hello, how are you doing?
What are we
Mic,
doing?
mic
Yeah.
check, mic check.
Mic check, mic
Mic
check.
Check.
Today, the 7th of June, 8:06 p.m. here in the US of A. 8:06 a.m. in the Republic of the Philippines. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Kami po'y naglilingkod.
Wow.
Anyway,
Is this the new Eat Bulaga now?
Naglilingkod. What's that mean?
Are people
Like
going to
serving?
start lining
serving,
up?
right? That's what that means, right? Lingkod, serving.
I have no idea.
Bring dessert, Harry. Dessert.
Wow.
Ooh, I want dessert after
bring
wine
it
and
home.
Skittles.
From Adam's house, if they have any. No, my son is going to his friend's house down the street for his birthday. And I just yelled at him to like bring some dessert home just in case there's any
Take
like
home.
cake or something, you know.
Right. Alex, a while ago, you asked Alexa to turn on or off the lights, and now you're asking Harry to bring you some dessert. I need to have more. I need to have more kids, man.
Today is cheat day for me, man. I actually didn't go to the gym today because it's cheat day. So
Mm.
I'm like stuffing and sugar. I got wine. I got dessert coming. Hopefully,
Mm.
I had some
Yeah,
rice.
Let that anger out. Let that anger out, Jason. What do you got going? What do we got going on for us today? For ourselves today?
Couple of things we're gonna talk about. First, I'd like to give a shout out to my beautiful wife. Yeah. Oh, look at that. She found my cheesecake.
Cheesecake. When is your wife gonna be joining?
My wife, I'm trying to convince her to join us on Saturday's recording since it's the 50th. And
Wow.
she's thinking about it. I'm like trying to convince her,
Yummy.
you know. But anyway,
Yummy cake.
couple of things today on the Ooh, what is that? What are you eating?
I showed
Log?
you.
Eat log?
Not enough butter on my bread.
Did you seriously
can I
just use
see?
a fork eating your bread?
Why don't you just use your hands?
Oh, come on. Just leave me alone, guys.
Bougie, man. What? How bougie can you be?
I'm trying to be respectful of our viewers. It's already bad enough that I'm eating in front of camera.
You feel bad about doing that, but it's okay for you to wipe your snot off your nose. All right. No
I
problem.
felt that it would be less offensive if I used a fork. Because later I might be picking my nose. So
lovely.
just getting up ahead of myself that I'm a little cultured with a fork.
Okay. So there's actually quite a number of
Noted.
things that I've sent you guys that we could talk about. Possible discussions are James Beard winners. No. The James Beard winners of 2023, Filipinos that won. Kulas needing one signature left for him to be approved as a citizen of the Philippines.
Oh, he knows someone that knows someone that knows someone. I'm sure he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
So
He's
there's actually a
white.
couple of things that you guys sent as well. There's more tourists as opposed to locals in the streets in General Luna, Siargao. I guess that one's kind of
Siargao.
yeah. Is it Siargao or Siargao?
Siargao.
Siargao. It's
Siar.
kind of interesting. Transgender Miss San Francisco, very first one ever out of the 99 years of the Miss San Francisco event. Why I hate the gym, and the very first Filipino Muppet of Sesame Street.
So cool.
Yeah,
What's his
that's kinda-
name?
Representation.
His name is TJ. He was actually introduced like a couple months ago.
DJ?
DJ.
Yeah, TJ.
DJ para sa Theodore Joseph.
Yeah,
But
that's not a Filipino nickname.
Jun
DJ.
Jun.
Yeah, it
Totong
should be
Totoy Jun.
Buboy.
Buboy.
No, but it's actually kind of cool though. I don't know if you guys actually had a chance to take a look, but I'm sure you guys didn't. But
Mm.
I think he was introduced back in February. His name is TJ. He's a very
Oh.
first Filipino.
It's new.
Yeah,
He's new.
February. I literally just said that. Jesus.
I'm reacting to what you just said.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's new. It is
New member of Sesame Street, which was kind of cool.
Wow.
You know, he was
Super
at first he was
cool.
talking about flan. He was talking about his Lola. Oh, Lola is grandma.
Wow. How
And
old
then-
is Sesame Street now?
Oh, forever. I don't know.
It's like
gotta be-
180 or something.
Like 60, 70 years old, right?
Probably.
Older, man.
It's
I
been
think.
been around for
I-
quite a while.
Aren't you guys like 50?
Hey, slow down, Celeste, slow down.
Has to be
I
to
haven't
join
even
us,
finished
man.
my
I mean,
coffee.
Jesus.
Yeah, let the coffee simmer down first.
She
Let it,
hasn't even gassed up yet.
yeah, as soon as you pour in the hot water, don't press it right away. Let it boil. Let it cook in its own.
Is it still
Thing.
hot? Yeah, drink some more.
Yes?
Go ahead. You should spill it on you.
Careful.
A lot of hatred
with
going
my
on
new
today. What's
mic.
going on?
With my new mic.
Yeah, you sound like you're in the can all of a sudden, though.
Who, me?
It's weird. No,
Me?
Celeste. Yeah. That's the problem. That's the thing. If you're far enough drinking your coffee, you sound like you're in the can. But if you're really close,
ASMR.
yeah. It sounds different. But
That's what I told
Well-
you earlier. You need to be up close, like, up close to your mic.
yeah, sadly.
This character is actually like really tanned as well, which is kind of I don't know if it's offensive or what. Nah, it's not offensive.
Morenos.
You mean it doesn't look like me? I look like a TJ, don't I?
Well,
That is true. That is true.
actually, now that I look at the images, do you guys have the same haircut?
I mean,
With
if
TJ?
Yeah.
Let me check that
If
out.
the
Same
guy's going
haircut
to
in
be
high
really-
school.
if he's going to be really moreno, his name is not going to be TJ.
Did you
gonna
see the
be-
photo I sent of Noel
Like-
as a kid?
Yeah. That's why I said same hairstyle. Google it, TJ,
Mm.
Sesame Street. Same hairstyle when you guys were kid. Except for the fact that you look white.
Hey Siri, Google.
Oh,
TJ
really?
of Sesame Street.
Really?
I just
For
want to be
God.
like you, I don't have an Alexa. I have a Siri.
Your keyboard's right in front of you.
No, he
It's-
doesn't.
It's
I don't.
complicated.
It doesn't have my approval. They should have asked. It's
Yeah,
not.
man.
It doesn't look like a TJ to me.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
He actually
He looks
kind of
like-
looks like an Indian kid or Indian Muppet, right?
Doesn't he look like a Jason or a
No.
It's like a
Joseph? Or
Jason.
No.
When Jason had hair.
yeah, right? Jason or Joseph or
That one hurt, man.
Something with a J.
It's so cute though.
Jingui.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
fine. It's fine. It's glad. I'm glad that there's like some representation. Yeah, that's the
Right,
one that I'm
right.
looking at too.
Now that I look at him closer, it does look like an Indian Muppet.
That's the thing with Pinoys. We're never satisfied.
Yeah.
We're
Not
like
enough
Alexander
glutathione.
Hamilton. Yep.
Not enough glutathione.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
fine. Sesame Street introduces first Filipino Muppet TJ. Okay, has debuted TJ back in. First who joins. Yeah. First Asian TJ joins G Young, the show's first Asian American character.
Oh,
Okay.
last in 2021 was the first introduction. Really? So it's been a while.
Oh,
Oh, they based the. It looks like they based the drawing of or the Muppet from Elmo, like the shape of the face.
I think if it's a Muppet.
You mean to
Wi-
say is Elmo gone? I'm
No,
gonna
yeah,
be
right.
upset.
Elmo's like the staple of Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. No, I mean they have it has to look exactly like a Muppet.
Well,
So
yeah,
it
I
can't
mean,
look
it's definitely a
human.
Muppet.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh, anyway,
And then they have like character studies. They were playing around with drawings and stuff.
right.
In one of the articles that I'm
Cool.
looking at here. Yeah.
Cool.
Like version 1, if his hair is like like everything about the face is the same, except yeah, version 1. Are you guys looking at the same article?
Yeah, I think so.
Version 1 has this fixed up hair, like how I used to have my hair before.
That's why.
And then
Looks
version
just like you.
2 has, yeah, like a little alfalfa version with a different shirt. Cute.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. That's my 2 cents on that.
Oh, real quick, the whole week for some reason I found myself catching up on AI. Have you guys been? I know it's like 2 years behind, right? But have you guys been affected by it, or been thinking about it, or been
Not really. I mean, how is it being like
nothing?
artificial intelligence?
Yeah,
No.
it's 2023, June 2023, and it's only now that I'm sort of like looking into it.
Well,
I'm seeing a lot of ads, that's all. But I'm not
but it
really
hasn't really
into it.
affected anybody's life as much now. Besides what? Alexa,
No.
Siri, what else? Tesla?
Yeah, no. Maybe the word's not affected, but starting to think like it's just like been all over well, I don't know about you guys, but it's been all over my news in a sense that like, oh, emergency crisis about AI, and it's like the new pandemic now. It's like the latest thing to get worried about. New
I guess it
virus, new.
depends if it's a big part of your life. You know what I mean? Like, for example, how is it affecting you guys' life right now? Does AI play a big role?
Oh no, yeah, the one that got the fire started under my ass about it was like new music from, well, this is also a couple of years old already, like music from Drake and the Bee Gees, the Beatles, and that kind of thing. How they came up with all this, yeah, music, and how the music industry is getting all disrupted. In one of the videos that I saw recently, I think from, I forget his name, what channel it is, but anyway, he's explaining how, remember that era where the music industry kind of got shook, where Napster
Napster.
was
Yeah.
was making copies of all this music, free downloads, that kind of thing. So now it's like all this free content, free stuff from all AI generated.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
I think it's gonna affect the creators or the
Right.
people, like writers and artists. It
yeah,
already affected them when the AI of like putting in your photos and then it generates like a different artsy images of you.
yeah,
And apparently it grabs different artists' works from
yeah,
their pages and creates their own version of it. But then sometimes there's like signatures of the artist on it, and
Right.
it becomes like a copyright battle
Right.
of
Right.
trademarks.
Well, anything, even if it's not trademarked, if it has your signature in it,
Yeah.
it's personal property.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
a
exactly.
picture or
So
anything.
I think
yeah,
what
so the AI kind of messes that up.
what affected me about what the guy was saying was that the fact that, and I believe, I guess it's true, that nobody really cares whether it's real or not.
Yeah.
I mean, people will accept it. People will consume it.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's
Yes.
the
Yes.
same
The
thing with.
consumers.
I guess it's just kind of the same thing about like China made products. Oh, that's fake, or oh, that's a replica.
Right.
That's not real. That's a class
Mhm.
A phone or a class, A replica. Rick Beato, I think is the channel that came up to my feed. Anyway, so he was explaining how people don't care, and that's just the reality, and the fact that, and I think that's the one that kind of hit me. The fact that, yeah, I mean, yes, there's like this whole thing about fake news. The past couple of years of people have been complaining about or talking about, and 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 yes, we're aware that those things can happen, but I think the word that people don't care and people will consume it because it is entertaining, it is consumable, it is,
But
you know,
just like everything else that's relatable to that, just like Napster and all that stuff,
mm,
nobody's gonna care until somebody starts making $1 billion off it. Then people will
right,
start caring.
right.
Meaning the owners of these contents and whatnot. That's the only
So
reason.
so for Drake, what I heard was they took it down, or Universal, the record company took it down. But for
Right.
some artists that are freelance, they're like, go ahead, use my voice. Let's just get 50-50.
Yeah.
Again, yeah. Unless people starts making a lot of money, and then people will start caring. That's the
Right.
funny thing about that. That's what pisses me off about that. Just like with Spotify, and all that stuff.
Mm,
Nobody really cared before until they
mm,
realized that people are getting more money off. I mean, they're getting money off it. Then all of a sudden, the artist cares and saying, "Hey,
mm.
you got to give me a piece of that."
I think now the music industry cares, but they just don't know how to regulate it, or what to do to regulate it.
And that's
Yeah.
the
That's true.
problem there because
Because
nobody knows how to regulate it.
that's what happened before with Napster. They were, bitching and moaning about the fact that it's copyrighted, or that it's free music, but there was no Spotify yet. There was no
Mm.
streaming services yet. There was nothing, there was no alternative, because there was no, in other words, it was a genie out of the bottle. There's no way to like pull it back.
Yeah.
So there.
Right.
It was just interesting that it's the
I
same
did read an
thing.
article though that in like a few years or whatever, AI is gonna basically take control of the entire world.
I don't know about that. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
The basis of our extinction will be because of AI.
Yeah. Hey,
And
can I interrupt real quick? Um, just like a little announcement, breaking news, real quick. Sorry, I apologize. For those listening or might possibly hear this who are here in the East Coast, please, there is a air quality alert that is in code red right now here in the East Coast due to the wildfire that's going on in Canada.
We're in Canada.
it's crossing the border.
Right by the border, literally, and it's causing some major air quality issues over here. New York, Boston, parts of Maryland is already experiencing it. Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, and now here in Virginia, we just got the notification stating that it's the air quality warning, basically. So, guys, if you're listening or you get to see this, put your mask on. Stay inside. Don't go out if you don't have to. If you start smelling it, please report it to your local authorities or your local news station so that they can properly broadcast it. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
So one last thing that I wanted to say about AI that I found interesting was that on one of the podcasts that I saw about this was that it could be another AI to counter. Let's say if there's a bad AI that's trying to take over the world, that
Right.
it would take another AI to counter that.
That
You know,
I mean, yeah, that I can imagine that happening because it does have to balance it out properly. Because how else is something going to police the AI if
Yeah.
not another AI, right?
Right. Right. Not humans. Anyway, that's all I got about that.
Right. Well,
Moving along, if you like.
moving along. Yeah. Sorry about that little cut in real quick there.
Segue.
It's yeah. Bad fire.
Was it a
Um.
wait, forest fire? That's never on purpose, right? Because here they do stuff like that on purpose.
No. It's well, nobody knows. I don't think they've ever actually done it in purpose here.
Yeah.
But
What
apparently,
I
it's pretty
found
bad.
out, I found out recently that there are some prisons or some really high security prisons around that area, like near the border. Like
Of Canada,
yeah, upstate
in
New York,
Canada, or in the U.S. Upstate New
U.S.
York.
side, upstate New York. Yeah,
I guess I never really heard
that
about it.
there's some high end, high security prisons that are up there.
I wouldn't be
Dun,
surprised.
dun, dun.
Did
Sounds
you
like a
know
Batman episode.
that like 70% of Canadian citizens actually live within 70 miles of the US border?
Huh.
Did you know that?
Okay.
I'm telling you, they're plotting.
No, there's some
Canadians.
streets. There's some streets, neighborhoods, residential areas that are right on the border. It's like when you cross the street, you're in the U.S. already.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
exactly.
can be in two countries at the same time.
But that's kind of funny though, how so many of their citizens live right by the border.
Well,
Yeah.
your northerly brothers.
I just became a citizen last year, so after like living here for 30 years.
What?
Oh, was it last year?
Just last year, yeah.
Why? Why did it
I've
take
been-
that long?
I procrastinated.
Oh, okay.
I didn't file the papers. I don't know. I keep the
Congratulations.
yeah, I guess.
Ta-
Yeah.
Talking about citizenship, everyone wants to be other
I don't
than
know, I just did it
Filipino,
last year.
and then Kulas is trying to be Filipino, which is like the worst passport in the world.
Well, hold
Yeah,
on. They just lifted the go ahead, sorry. I'll
no,
talk
I'm
about it.
curious. If he does become Filipino, does that mean he's not Canadian anymore, or is he's
No,
going to
he's
have
gonna do dual
dual?
citizenship.
You can do
Okay.
dual citizenship because
Yeah.
some people they're not allowed to.
You can. It depends on what country. Like, for example, I'm a US citizen now, right? Which
Yeah.
automatically surrenders my citizenship to the
Yes.
Philippines. But
Yes.
I'm actually going to the Philippine embassy to file the paperwork for dual citizenship.
Oh, so you can do that. Because some people,
Yeah.
they're like, you can only choose one, especially if you're like in the army or something,
Yes,
you know,
if you're in
something
the
government
army,
related.
correct. If you're
Yeah.
working for the government or the army or anything like that as a US citizen, you can only be a US citizen.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions, but let's go back to you real quick since you brought up you being. Does that mean for like 30 years you were TNT or you were Philippine? What was your
Resident,
status?
resident.
I was
Yeah.
I was
Green
an
card.
alien.
Green card,
green
right?
card holder, yeah. I was an alien.
You can hold on to that forever?
No,
for-
so
You filed.
I had my first one. I renewed it after 5 years. It got renewed for 10 years, and then I renewed it again the second time for another 10 years. It's like a long period for after a while, you know. It was 10 years, whatever.
Okay.
And
So you just keep renewing it.
yeah, I renewed it twice, you know, until basically last year. My green card was expiring last year, 2022.
Okay.
Or was it
Okay,
2021? Whatever. No, last year, yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, maybe I should just go ahead and just file citizenship. You know? Oh, no.
Yeah.
That, and the biggest reason was there's filing for US citizenship is going to be $1,500 starting October this year.
Oh, so were there big
Or was it October last year? October last year. I'm sorry.
were there
that's
big
why I applied.
limitations? The fact that you were you were living and breathing American
Yeah,
already.
I mean, I had no issues. It's not like I have any felonies or something, you know, but I
Right.
paid my taxes and everything.
No,
There was
no,
no
no,
issues.
But was there like a limitation where you couldn't own land or you couldn't buy a car?
No, once you're a citizen,
No, no, with the green card.
oh no, there's no limitation.
Well, that's what I mean. So there wasn't really a big reason for you to,
Well, besides the fact that it was going to be $1,500 to
right,
apply as opposed to 600, it's a
right,
huge
right.
big reason, you know. So I
Might as well
figured, what
Ah.
get
the
your
hell?
citizenship now
Oh,
than later.
you got wind of the 1.5,
Correct, correct. Plus,
1,500. Okay.
um, now I can apply to work for the government.
Okay, okay. Or you can run for president. But
No. I can't run for president. You have to be born in
oh,
Yeah.
U.S. land
oh, you can't.
or
Okay.
U.S. owned
Now he
territory.
Okay.
can vote.
Okay,
Now I
okay.
can vote. I'm going to
So,
vote
oh,
next
so you
year.
couldn't vote before.
No, I couldn't.
Okay, that's what I meant. I was wondering what the pluses and minuses were if you just had a green card. So for Kulas, and I'm not against him being Filipino, go ahead. But I was kind of wondering why bother? Why
I know,
are
right?
there are
Me
there
too.
are there
Why would
pluses
you
and
question
minuses?
that? I mean, it's the fact that it's a country that has been so close to his life.
Yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
piece of paper. For me, being Filipino is in your heart. It doesn't have to be on a
Yeah.
passport.
Okay, it is a piece of paper. I understand. But the fact that you are or you become a citizen of that
Uh,
plays a big factor. I mean, yeah, piece of paper. It's my citizenship
Knox.
right
Don't
there.
show that.
Why?
hey, congrats.
Identity theft.
Whatever. I drive around with my license tag in my car that's just flashed out there. Anybody could grab those tags, pull up my account anywhere, and they'll find that out anyway.
So why would Kulas bother? Why does he need or why does he want one?
That's a good
I mean-
question.
so that he
Oh.
can just say that he's a Filipino citizen, I guess now, or like
Yeah.
own up to his
He can own
his
land. That's what I heard.
brand.
No, yeah.
that's
Oh, yes,
true.
that's true.
Yes,
Because
yeah.
now he can't
Businesses.
own land, right? Look,
Mm.
April 9th, 2022, I became a US citizen.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 2 months later, I got my US passport. Baby,
Ooh.
blue passport. I don't have to line up on domestic in the Philippines.
Yeah,
That's
and you
good.
got
That's
more.
good.
That's what
No
I hated.
visa
I'd go
required.
home and then I'd go to the domestic counter and then they'd have to freaking charge me for working overseas. And then I got to slip over at $50 to these people just so that they could let me through without having to go through all that mumbo jumbo. Such a red
Wow.
tape. I've done that so much. One time I bribed the guy $50 one time. Another time,
Dollars.
Dollars.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
2,500 pesos.
Okay, well, yeah, I
Wow.
guess but I gave him $50 and then the most they've given bribing somebody was $70 at one
Ooh.
time. Because he wanted to
Yeah.
charge me like 200 and something dollars, like, oh, it's OFW tax, whatever. I was like, dude, here,
Yeah.
just take that, just let me through, just stamp it and let's go.
So how does
Yeah.
it feel having one of the most powerful passports in your pocket?
Now my wife and I are really saving money, putting money aside because we want to travel the world
And move back to the
Yeah.
Philippines.
and possibly
Ew.
move back home.
Why?
Come on, man. I got my
I mean,
birth
if you're
certificate
earning
back.
if you're earning in dollars and you're living here, then fine.
Well,
That's easy.
yeah, that's true.
It's an easy life.
Let me
Yeah.
put it this way. As of right now, I'm not retired yet, right? But based on my social security retirement plan, as of right now, if for some reason I retire, I'm getting about $1,980 a month. Okay, from Social Security. 1,980. Yes. Here,
Wow.
that's nothing. I mean, that's like not even gonna last you a month here. That's not even
Yeah,
enough for all the cars that I pay for and then all the insurances that we pay for. It's nothing.
Phew,
But
that's huge, dude.
that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't I go home? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
there? With that money, I could live comfortable in the Philippines with my wife not having to work
By
and
the
as well.
beach.
By the beach, I can send my kids to a good school with that money as well. You know what I mean?
Will they want to study here?
Yeah, man. My kids actually want to go home. I mean, they've been there once and they love it.
You're gonna go to
Yeah.
Surigao too, where all the other tourists live.
Expats are.
Yes, actually, definitely Siargao, or I'm not a big fan of Boracay, to be honest with you.
You're gonna be right at home.
Yeah, but Siargao, yes.
But
Yeah, a lot of expats have businesses there now.
I
yeah,
know.
I was about to ask. So you can own businesses, but you can't own land. How does that kind of work? What's the technicality
If
of
you're
owning a?
married, if you're married to a Filipino, you're foreigner and you're married to a Filipino, you can have a business.
Yes, but you can't own the land unless you put
Yeah.
it under your wife's name
Exactly.
in the Philippines. That is.
Exactly.
Now, if he becomes a Filipino citizen, he's gonna have to start paying taxes.
Mm.
And then he would have to pay. Well, actually, he doesn't have to pay overseas tax or like um whatever overseas tax, whatever they do. What do you call that for work? Because it's already deducted for him anyway. So, um, I don't know if he'll be able to vote now. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's going to be able to what?
Vote.
I think so. If we become a citizen, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But can you
Does
imagine though? Everything's been passed for him, and literally all he needs is the president's signature, and then boom, voila, he gets sworn in.
does he ever go home?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, he
home
does.
home to
Yeah.
Canada?
He'd have to. He'd have to before his citizenship because it's only you can only stay here like every 3 months or something, or one
Oh,
month.
right.
yeah, because
Right.
he's actually stayed in the Philippines longer for years before he actually went home.
That's with extending, paying to extend
Yeah.
because you can't. Yeah, you can't stay longer.
So
So is this special treatment? Is this something that we should be like going against, or how does this work? Like, is this a big deal? It's because it's the first time that anyone's like the country's
One-
ever.
yeah.
Wanted somebody.
Well, I think it's actually something that the Philippines needs to accept. Because it's good for the country.
Yeah, needs to accept in terms of what that
Allowing
Foreigners
foreigners
are
who wants to be citizens of the
promoting
country.
being Filipino. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's already happening. It's been happening. It's just now that this famous guy is becoming one, it becomes a big deal. I mean, there's so
Right.
many other people who have applied, so it's not a new thing. But
Mm,
he is a famous guy, so it's kind of it feels more like an ambassadorship, you know?
right.
Because
That's a
he's
good way
been
of putting it.
yeah, and he's been promoting the Philippines a lot, which is a great thing, and showing the cultures of it all. But again,
Right.
it's to me, it's from the eyes of from white privilege, to me.
Mm,
It's a
mm,
good thing. It's a good thing. But again, it's from somebody who's white, who's
Yeah,
not
I
from
would.
here, and then promoting the Philippines when
yeah.
we have
He's
so many
not just
locals.
promoting it though. I mean, yes, he is promoting it, but it's his everyday life now.
Yeah.
And as soon as he becomes a Filipino, he can work in a call center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either that, or like as you said, he could be a, Filipino ambassador,
Right.
Canada.
Yeah. Canadian Filipino ambassador.
That actually being
And
said,
in a
since
way
you
he
mentioned,
already is. In a way he already is with based on, what he's done for
Yeah.
the Philippines
yeah, that's true.
and the
That's true. He's
people.
definitely opened the eyes to a lot of the world with the Philippines. But
It's awesome though. But why were we so hard? Why is the Philippine government so hard on granting Filipino citizenship for other?
I think it has something to do like a phobia, so to speak, because of what? During World War, with the Americans being part of the government or establishing government here.
Mm,
After that, the Japanese. I mean, before that, and before that, the Spaniards as well. You know what I mean?
mm.
Yeah.
The country has been basically
Colonized for
colonized,
centuries.
yeah, for God knows how long by everybody else in the world. So now that they
Yeah.
got their own independence, and take note, the country's only been independent since 1946. It hasn't been that long, really.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
and the funny thing, funny trivia is, so on Monday, June 12th, it's our Independence Day
Independence Day.
from Spain.
Yeah.
But Spain
Spain.
never really made us independent because they passed us on to the Americans.
They passed us on to the Japanese.
No, the Americans.
Yes, you're right. I apologize. Yes. Um, but that yeah, that's true. Oh fuck, I forgot to record.
You're gonna get us banned again.
Sorry.
Oh no, we're on live. But it didn't record.
Well, no, it's recording now. I can just download it from the YouTube live.
Okay.
Yeah, but so the country was being basically governed by all these other countries since until 1946. 1946, it really hasn't been that long, you know? If you think about it.
1946 for the States.
What do
Yeah,
you
but
mean?
Because
Uh,
Spaniards were 300 years before that.
Well, no, I know. For the States, yeah. But meaning the Philippines was basically independent as its own only in
By
1946
1946. Yes.
Yeah.
after World War II.
yeah, so for
Yeah.
300 some odd years, we've
Yeah.
never really been independent.
Yeah.
Correct. So
And you know that
if I was in their position, yeah, I'd be mindful as well of who'd want to,
yeah.
that's pretty scary.
I hear you.
But I think it's
Yeah.
time that they open up the gates because the world needs to know what kind of a beautiful country the Philippines is.
It's a beautiful
It's not-
country, but a
it's-
bad passport.
It's when you say that we have not opened up, is it not opened up like we were closed up like Japan, where people weren't allowed to go inside and have businesses inside Japan and can only
No,
speak
no.
Japanese?
I didn't mean that. Meaning like to people who want to be part of the country. Just like how
Eh.
Filipinos are chameleons everywhere else. We
Yeah.
migrate in all these countries and become citizens of that country. That's Filipinos adapting their
Yeah.
culture, I mean, into that country's culture and being one with
Yeah.
that. And
That's
all
cool.
all these other countries or people from all over the world actually want to do this as well with the Philippines.
That's cool. That's cool. But like I
Yeah.
said, what I'm concerned about are the little technicalities. Like you said, you can't own land if you're not Filipino. So I think that's a big deal. Unless you're
Well,
married to a Filipina, which
correct.
it goes under her name.
Filipino.
So
Right.
Doesn't have to necessarily be a he or she,
is it open already? I didn't know about that. Can we is gay marriage open now in the Philippines?
No, I'm talking about it's
No, you
not always a
stupid.
man who has to marry a Filipina to get land.
Oh,
Right.
right.
Because you
Yeah.
said a Filipina.
Right,
It's
right,
like,
right.
Fun fact. Okay, fun fact. Since Celeste has mentioned this 3 times already in regards to the passport, Canada, first country in the world that allows Filipinos to travel to Canada without a visa.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that just
When?
got signed maybe this month.
No
I'm
not
way.
joking.
Oh my god, I'm gonna visit my soul sister. Let me
How
Google
are
that.
you
Wow.
guys Filipinos and not know this crap? I'm thousands
Because-
of miles away and I know it.
Because it's not for us.
You guys are embarrassing. Embarrassing.
And you just found that out also now while we're
Yesterday, I found out. No, today is Wednesday. I found out on Monday.
So it's only 2 days away.
Hey, it's
No, it
2 days
says
sooner than you guys. You had to
Filipinos who have
find out from.
held Filipinos who have either held a Canadian visa in the last 10 years or currently hold a valid United States non-immigrant visa now qualify for visa-free travel to Canada. It's not
So
all Filipinos.
they're testing it out. It's not 100% Filipinos.
for
It's like you have to.
people-
There's a criteria behind it.
Yeah.
Whatever, still the same. You don't need a passport anymore. You know how
So
many Filipinos?
I don't
You
qualify
need
for
a
traveled-
that.
passport. You need a passport. You don't need a visa. But it's only for Filipinos who have US non-immigrant visas or who have held Canadian visas in the last 10 years. So if you visited Canada in the last 10 years in that time frame and you
Mm.
have that visa,
Mm.
then that's when you can go back. You can go
Mm.
back
It's a
visa free.
start.
But for people who
They're
have
testing it out.
not visited Canada and just have a Filipino passport, you can't go visa free. So it's not for
Don't you
all
have-
Filipinos.
Aren't you a U.S. citizen?
Who?
Who?
You.
No,
Oh, do you have a U.S. green card?
no.
No,
Oh, it sucks for you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, my brother has.
exactly. See,
No, sorry.
but they're probably thinking,
Sucks.
okay, we don't want these guys rushing into the border. Let's not get too
Make
excited.
sure it's
They-
just American citizens and
I'm wondering who James
and
Beard is.
former visitors.
It's not James Bond. 2 Filipinos win James Beard Award. Who's
Right.
James Beard?
We talked about that
that a
couple
big deal?
episodes ago. James Beard is like the Oscars of the culinary world, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah.
got distracted. Okay.
It's one of the most prestigious besides getting a Michelin star awards that any kind of culinary worker or whatever, chef or whatever could get.
So now they have a social media category. Is that a new thing?
Okay, so that's one of the things I wanted to ask or wanted to talk about. So there's 2 Filipinos that actually won or was awarded the James Beard Award this year.
Mm-hmm.
One, this chef, pastry chef from LA, Margarita Mansky is her name.
Mm.
She won for pastry chef, and her actual cooking and all that stuff. The other recipient is apparently a former actor in the Philippines. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Erwin, who's related to Solen
Solen.
Husaf?
Yeah.
Husaf. Erwan Husaf. And I guess he won for best social media account that's, I guess, related to cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cooking and food.
What's the question?
I'm gonna sound like a complete douchebag here, okay? And
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna risk it because maybe I'm definitely questioning it out of not jealousy, but more like envy, so to speak.
Come on, walk right into it. Let's have at it.
Is it deserved?
Why not? Tell me. Tell us about it. Why not?
That's why I'm asking. I'm not saying
Why-
it's not.
Why
Is
not?
it?
Why not,
Erwan-
Choknut?
I mean, put yourself in his shoes. The amount of work and time and energy and the teams you put together and the staff you pay for.
Right. I mean,
Wait.
guess.
Are you questioning his credibility as a chef, or are you questioning his credibility as an ambassador of Filipino food? What is it exactly that you're
the second
contesting?
one. The second one.
Ambassador of Filipino food.
Being an ambassador of Filipino food, so to speak,
Why? I mean, I think if you just base it on number of followers, subscribers that he has, is that something to contest about? He's pretty popular as it is, right?
Right. Again, I'm not really contesting it. I'm questioning the I guess the value of the category itself.
Social media.
I guess maybe. I mean, I've
Mm,
only seen a couple of episodes. Because of finding out that he won, I actually ventured into watching a couple of his cooking. And yes, it's actually quite good, I guess. Um but I wouldn't know because it looks like I don't know. I'm sounding like a complete tool here.
I
It looks
lost.
like what?
Um, it's not exactly specifically in regards to Filipino food, okay? And it's not exactly in regards to him cooking.
You
It's
just don't
more
like
like
the guy.
him. No, I don't know the guy personally. Why would I not like him?
Okay. So what is it then?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's more like it's him discovering things as opposed to
Oh,
him being an actual participant for the most part in regards to cooking.
maybe
You know
that's
what I
why
mean?
he won the social media part and not like a chef part, you know? And it's
Yeah,
just
I guess.
him exposing these different food cultures and stuff. I don't know.
Right, right,
Little
right.
tiny detail that I noticed on one of his older features that he made, when they were doing like one night or 24 hours in a place or what. He was eating this thing called I forget what it's even called. The one that has the one that looks like shopao, but it actually has soup inside.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a
Xiaolong Bao.
Xiaolongbao.
whatever that is. Yeah.
And he ate it, and then all the soup just fell out of whatever he was eating, and I was like,
Ah,
lost
that's the
credibility
best
already.
part.
You're supposed to eat it with a little bit of spoon and then eat the soup with it, right?
Yes.
Correct.
But this one, it
Like
was like all like
one slurp.
it's like imagine eating balot and you're like dripping all the balot to the side. You're supposed to like
Uh,
savor it and eat it or drink it with you, right? So
Mm, mm.
just with that, I was like, doesn't look like he knows what he's eating. It's just lost credibility on me. So
I
that
mean,
was my.
I'm not questioning. He can definitely cook. I'm not questioning it for.
But can he eat?
I think it's the category that I'm questioning. You know what I mean?
Social
So it's
media? What
not
social
social media?
media.
exactly it's not directed towards him. It's more like I guess James Beard recognizing it. That
Social
Social
yeah.
media
media.
award.
Yeah, social media because it's just somebody introducing the food. I guess it's okay. I've always
Yeah,
thought
but
as
it
James.
also takes a lot of work. His productions, like I've seen the behind the scenes of that, and his production team is huge. I mean, he has a whole office for that. And that's the thing with social media nowadays, is that it's becoming the new TV. So for example, food TV shows like the Food Network or whatever, they're becoming more mobile in a sense that they can use their smartphones and
Right.
mics and whatever. And that's where the social media comes in, because we don't have cable anymore. It's nobody really watches cable TV. It's all YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That's what we're doing. And
Yeah.
it's not really radio either, or live TV. It's social media now. And
Right.
that
Legacy.
is what is becoming more recognized as something that's a platform for
Yeah.
content like what Irwan does.
That's the key word there. It's become the platform base for what he's
Yeah.
doing. You can catch the full episodes on youtube.com at The FlipSide with Jay and Noel. Full episodes uploaded every Wednesdays and Saturdays.